ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to part 2 of the Halloween special. We had some technical difficulties. Well, the truth of the matter is that we forgot to bring the ghost detector technology.
Well, yeah, but I want to build off that. We're gonna do like an episode where it's like where we're using that tech, where it's gonna be late at night and we're doing like a little investigation, but we're not gonna be doing it today. During the day, we're just gonna record a regular episode where we talk about business nightmares. So I know we've kind of talked about this before, but this is going to be a little bit of more, personal nightmare stories within our experiences in business.
Yeah, so there's a variety of stories. I'll first start off. We obviously, the audience by now knows that we are growth consultants, hyper growth. We help small businesses tap into technology and yada yada yada, digital marketing, blah blah blah. So sometimes when we work with people, they hit this point where they're like, I'm going to work with you guys for the life of my business. And we will work with them until the point where sometimes they either retire and sell the business, or they get acquired by a bigger group because they're making too many waves, they're capturing too much market share. So one nightmare that happened was we had a client that was very, very happy with us, very satisfied. And the person was retiring, the president was retiring, and sold the business to, in my personal opinion, a complete idiot.
Make sure you.
So we sat down with him. He had the 80s feathered hair, very, very weathered gentleman, and he was telling me that digital does not make sense for his business, even though digital is what got the business to where it's at, which is what was reflected on those numbers on the books of the company you bought. So I sat down with the new owner. I was hoping that he was well versed in this stuff. The old owner was like, hey, you need to stick with these guys. They're really good. The numbers that you're looking at here are the byproduct of their work. So I sat down with the new owner. He's got the 80s feathered hair, a little bit of like open shirt, kind of a dated look. And as I spoke to him, I fell into this portal where I was traveling into another time. It was 1992. I could hear the sound of the America Online connection. He was speaking of the internet as if it was some new fad. I was very nervous, and then he said these words. Andy, I've decided I'm going to go all in on magazine advertising. Magazine advertising. Wait, hold on, sir. Let's snap out of it. Hold on. Wait. So your digital is really performing well. We're doing great. You're getting all this traffic from all channels, both social, search, referral traffic, direct traffic, organic traffic. What's going on? Wait, say that again. Andy, I'd like to go all in on magazines. What is happening? So this was a nightmare that happened to us when we did a really, really good job with the company. They got bought out by a complete fucking idiot. Next.
So I want to bring it back to more of a sales nightmare story.
Oh, I got tons of those.
So there was this one time, and this is like, I remember this very well, and I don't hold anything against anyone. I don't really care how it ended up, but it was a learning experience. And this was like my first opportunity to make a lot of money.
Oh.
So, I'm going to try to get around like naming whoever it was. This was a long time ago, but
he can look over at me like this.
So I'm not going to throw anyone under the bus. But so I had a call scheduled. Someone reached out to me. It was a mutual connection, and they were like, "Hey, do you guys do this?" I was like, "Yes, we do this actually." Awesome. I'm going to connect you with this guy. He has a lot of big clients. He wants to talk to you about this. He wants to find someone who does this. And I said, fantastic. Yeah, get me on the phone with him. A week later, I get on the phone with him. We're having a great conversation. He has a massive, massive, massive opportunity. 6 figures. Huge. 6 figures a month. And so, and so I'm thinking, awesome. I'm gonna get Andy in on this. We're gonna go crazy. Mind you, this guy is the liaison between the service and the business.
Big company.
Big company.
For the record, this was probably a Fortune 1000.
It was massive. Yeah. And so
And somebody fucked it up.
So I'm thinking to myself, I am so excited. I'm like, let's go. Big break. Phenomenal. I'm on the top of the world. Get Andy on the phone. He starts talking shit about middlemen. He starts he's like, listen, like, we want to talk to the actual decision maker. Are you the decision maker within the business? And I could have worded the discussion with this person differently to Andy. It might have been the way that I communicated it. I don't know. But something was lost in.
I thought that I was being judged or screened by someone that had no direct connection to the company, meaning like they don't work there. And I'm like, oh, geez, this is their agency. We deal with this all the time. And just in my defense, we deal with agencies that they screen the biggest douchebags in the world that think that they know everything. And I'm like, bro, this, and that. And they're like, no. Or they act like they don't believe me, which is insinuating that I'm lying.
So yeah, it was a situation.
So I'm like, dude, I'm so burnt out on you fuck faces. Go ahead.
So you thought that it was that sort of situation?
Yes, and I was just I was so triggered by it. I was like, dude, let me deal with them direct. I don't want to deal with your twerpy ass.
But it wasn't that at all. It wasn't. Cue the smoke. It wasn't that.
And I jumped to the conclusion.
And so ready. So Andy kind of, no, I'm not even gonna say I'm not even.
It was me. Fuck it.
Okay, so
just keep it real.
So Andy kind of like went on a little bit of a tangent during the call and didn't let the guy say, "Hey, that's not me." And the guy said, "You know what? Awesome. We'll follow up with you." 10 minutes after that call, I get a call from him. I see his caller ID, and I'm like, this is not gonna be good. Do I ignore it? No, I'll just take it. Maybe I can save it. I take the call and he goes, I think I still have texts from that conversation. I take the call and he goes, hey, listen, I think we're going to go a different path. And I said, you know what? It's okay. I understand. I'm not going to sit here and beg for your business. That's okay. If you decide that you want to, still work with us down the line, we'll be here. We can handle what you want and we can do a very good job at it. And, that's where we kind of left the conversation. But, so that was kind of a nightmare.
Losing the opportunity was really shitty. It was a nightmare. But here's the thing. In business, you win some, you lose some. And in my defense, it happens in business when people are working together. I've had people tell me, something that you didn't do on purpose, that they were like, hey, the follow-up's too much. I don't want to work with you guys. Yeah. No, but I'm just saying it happens.
Get into that. I don't care.
No, it happens. So like in business, it goes both ways. You don't assess a situation correctly, and then you think it's something else, and you're immediately like, boom, I don't want to talk to this guy, because that was my vibe. I don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to the XYZ publicly traded company. Let me talk to those guys.
Let's talk about that follow-up situation a little bit, because
I got a text from a prospect that said that guy Jake ruined it.
I want to preface this real quick. Because I still think, and you know what? I'll take the blame. That's fine. I don't care. At this point, I do not care.
It happens though.
I don't.
You don't get mad over spilled milk. You just keep moving forward.
But in the moment, I was like, yo, chill out. So I created a good repertoire, a great relationship with this person. I introduced him to Andy. During that first meeting, I even told Andy, yo, this is not a pitch. We're just going to talk with him. We're going to, he's a cool guy. Let's shoot the shits, whatever. A couple months later, he brought up, I'm interested in working with you guys.
Yeah.
Awesome. Fantastic. We're friendly. We're talking about stuff other than whatever. And so I'm texting him. I know he's traveling. I'm like, hey, yo, this, that, whatever. When I text, I don't send when I did back then, I kind of do now. I send I enter and send a new thing, but I would send multiple texts. I'd send 3 texts that are under one topic. Just naturally, it's a fucking text, right? It's a text. It's not an email. I'm not sending fucking 10 emails. So I was texting him quite a bit, and I knew he was traveling. I knew he was busy. I was giving him updates. I was sending him this. I was sending him that. And then he kept reading my messages and wouldn't answer. And I would be like, I probably followed up to the left on read messages 3 times. Whatever. At the end of the day, there were a lot of texts, but it was normal. Like, it was like we were friendly. I didn't think it was like any way. I understand if I'm doing too much.
Yeah.
That's my thing.
But we had this running joke about he's in a bathroom stall, the prospect, and he sees Jake's feet in the stall next to him. And he taps his foot and goes like with his foot and goes, "You mad, bro?" Because he won't respond. He won't respond to the text messages. And I'm thinking, we must be making him so mad.
Dude, but
then I got confirmation. He was like, Jake ruined it. And I was like, oh, just because the follow-up. But here's the thing. In Jake's defense, answer the fucking text. Answer your phone. Let people like us know what you're thinking. We don't read minds.
But yeah, that was an interesting... Yeah, that was interesting because it was like weird because I was friendly with him.
Yeah,
so I was like whatever.
We were all cool. We went out for steak tips, fucking whatever, shooting the shit. I was giving him free advice, and it just went to Pluto.
It was really weird. But you know what? Whatever. At the end of the day.
But then come to find out like a year later.
Yeah.
All right.
At the end of the day, you know what? He's a cool guy. You know, it is what it is. We've actually talked since then. But, you know, it's just shit like that happens, and it's a learning experience.
Another business nightmare, and I don't want to, in no way, shape, or form, am I celebrating, laughing, or making entertainment out of someone's misfortune. But I did learn about a business person locally. Terrible situation. This is a true nightmare. They had a business. They were expanding. They looked at a new location, probably jumped too quickly, and signed a lease for this new location. They changed their mind, maybe for some reason. And again, I'm guessing, maybe growing too fast. Let's manage our other locations first. They tried to pull out of the lease and ended up in some legal hot water where they were pursued for the value of the lease. And so just a word of advice to businesses out there. Just think twice before you sign a lease. Make sure you are prepared to make those investments. Make sure you're prepared for that growth, because not everyone is going to be nice. Not everyone is going to be accommodating. Like, I know some landlords that if you did sign a lease and something happened, they probably just say, whatever, I'll find a new tenant. But then every once in a while, you got that shithead that's going to make a problem. So other business nightmares that have happened. One time we built out this whole infrastructure for a business, and one of the people at the company jumped in. So usually if someone's not that familiar with the process or familiar with you or familiar with the arrangement and they're new to the scenario, sometimes they want to make a statement. And this has happened a couple times where we had a long-standing client for probably 5 to 7 years, I can't remember, and somebody new came on board. And they stopped making a stink about everything. And we're like, well, let's back up for a minute. You guys have been with us for 7 years. I have a boatload of emails. You guys are happy. And they found everything and anything to complain about. Changed everything. Convinced the owners to change the name, rebrand, destroy everything we built up. And then it impacted the business negatively. Where us as an advisor, as a consultant, we were like, hey, you shouldn't do... Oh, okay. It's out of our hands now because they went ahead, changed their name, changed their coloring. When they had a brand that's been around for, at least 50 years. I'm not going to name drop. So we worked with this brand that was established. It was well known. And what did they do? This marketing director that was hired wanted to make a name for themselves. I don't know whose granddaughter she was. I don't know who she knew. I don't know what connections or why everybody feared this person. She literally came out of nowhere and convinced a 50-year-old brand, a well-known brand in New England to change their name for no reason. That was a true business nightmare, watching a business suffer and struggle because nobody recognizes this new name. They just think it's some weird... It came off very cold. There was no historical feel to it. The old name had more of a established historical name. And they just completely changed it.
One time we had this business development company set up meetings for us. And they weren't good. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. They were not good. And actually, I think I might have talked about this before. But there was one guy who was promising out of that long list of people that they provided. And it was cool. Every time we called him, a great conversation, decent sized business. We're like, you know what? Yeah, let's work on this. Let's get this going. He was interested. We never met this guy in person, but he was down the street. He was about an hour away. So we were like, you know what? Let's go visit him. It was unscheduled. I will preface that, but we hadn't talked to him in like about a week and a half, 2 weeks. We wanted to follow up with him. He was interested. He liked us as far as we knew. No. And so we're like, you know what? Let's go in. Let's go visit him. We went down to his office, and it's one of those buildings where, yeah, it's a building. So there's multiple offices in there. It wasn't just like one, storefront, whatever. We go up there. The door's open. We walk in. We're like, hey, what's up, man? It's Jake and Andy.
God.
How you doing?
Now I know what we're talking about.
Yeah,
oh, my
yeah.
God.
But the thing is that we were always friendly with him. We were always he was interested. He wanted to work with us.
Every phone call was great. It was buddy, and we were in town. Anyway, we didn't go out there for that. We were just like,
no,
hey,
we
not
were
too
in the
far
area.
off. Yeah, we're not too far off. Let's go say hi to him. He got so mad.
And I understand people can have bad days, but like this was like extreme.
He fucking slammed the door in our face.
Yo, Andy was standing this close in the doorway, and the guy fucking, I don't want to talk to you guys. He slammed this big wooden door, kind of like these doors, slammed it. And Andy was standing this close in the doorway.
Yeah, it almost hit my face. I'm like,
I had to grab it. I was like, yo.
I was like, just walk away. Just walk away.
Yeah,
just walk away.
Because it was totally uncalled for.
It was crazy.
Completely uncalled for.
But this was a guy, and he was like, yeah, I'm going to talk to my wife, and this is great, and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, we're in town anyway. Let's go say hi to him.
Well, no, he was being a dick when we walked in. He said, he said, I don't want to fucking talk to you guys.
Yeah, he swore at us, and I'm like, is this the same person? Hello, are you Joe Smith? What? Dude, I'm guessing he had a bad day. I actually sent him a text.
Did?
And I was the bigger man. No, but I sent a text message basically saying I have no idea what just happened. This was a conversation that was going great. We're like, hey, let's pop in and say hello, and then kaboom!
Dude, we've had more like that, though.
I want explosions. Kaboom! Dead. Flatline.
There was this one company that we met with, so promising. They weren't doing that good, and the manager there wanted to go full digital. They wanted this amazing program, which would have made them very successful. And we walked in, we had the meeting with them. We set up the meeting, walked in, had the meeting, left. I called them at the end of that week as requested. And she got pissed at me for it.
Oh, the one that called you
Yeah.
That was
She got
crazy.
mad for me following up.
Freaked.
I called once.
She freaked the fuck out, and complained to me about Jacob. She freaked the fuck out.
Yo, you know what I love? Another nightmare. I love it. It creates fuel in me when someone complains about me to you, like acting as if you're my boss. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this kid, this. Nah, I don't.
I know.
Yeah, I cut that
But
out.
here's the thing: you're a younger cat.
I know. I don't.
You know, what's up?
Yeah, I don't care.
They look at it like, yeah, this younger dude's crossing the line. Let me talk to the elder.
The elder, he's like, yo, you gotta
Biologically
get rid of this guy.
28.
You gotta get rid of this guy. You have no idea, my boy. Yeah, but they requested that I followed up with them at the end of that week. Like, you know what, I'm
Some people do that. Some people find an excuse to get mad because
yeah.
they have buyer's remorse.
No, you know what I really think that was, though? What I really think that was is that was the manager. They were really excited about working with us. They went to the owner, and the owner shot it down. And when I called, she was like, you know what? Like,
Yeah.
stupid.
Sometimes people will make up excuses. I once had a client that signed up, and they signed up for our program, and he kept saying that he was like putting out fires at his other locations. And I was like, okay, well, the team is expecting you for a kickoff meeting on this date. And out of nowhere, he's like, you know what? I don't like this pressure. And I'm like, you just signed an agreement and you booked a kickoff meeting. What did I do wrong? I'm just trying to get your kickoff meeting scheduled. Oh, this is pressure. I'm like, we're off the pressure stage. We're way past anything that could be pressure. You made the decision. And he was like twisting everything that like I did something wrong and I didn't understand. And he used that as some kind of out. Like it was like the weirdest thing. Like I here's the thing. If someone can't afford something, just be transparent about it. Just be honest. Don't say weird random things that aren't even accurate. Like it's just kind of like, I don't know. I just I appreciate honesty. Just, you know, talk to me about whatever. We'll figure it out. Just don't like, oh my God, you didn't cut your toenails. What does that have to do with the price of tea in China? Oh my God, you're wearing blue pants. I hate the color blue. I'm not working with you. Oh my goodness, look at how much hair gel he has in his hair.
That's hot.
I can't work with this guy. Goodness gracious, look at this guy's watch. Is that what I'm paying for? These are the type of people I don't want to work with. I'm glad that you go away because I work with people that want to be successful, that are positive, that are productive, that look at the bright side of things. The glass is half full, not half empty. All you negative Nellies, peace out. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you.
Please like, subscribe, turn on post notifications to get notified every time we post an episode.
And make sure you get your MBA for free by watching every single episode over and over and over.
And this will be
over and over and over and over.
And then this will be there's a chance that we do a legitimate investigation.
A ghost investigation because we reside as a business in a confirmed haunted building. And just to clear the air, aside from this air here, the hauntings, the activity, it's nothing bad, negative, or evil. It's more, I feel like it's more spiritual. Ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, that's enough. I can't breathe. Oh my God. It's so much smoke.
All right. And we're out.